Welcome. This is the first topic in step number 2, create your job search portfolio. This session guides you through the creation of a list of your work history accomplishments. In this session, we will help you discover and capture your workplace accomplishments. What will I learn? You will learn what accomplishments are and why they are important. Tips to create your initial list of 20 accomplishments. Resources for discovering even more accomplishments, and ideas for putting quantifiable measurements on your accomplishments. What is an accomplishment? An accomplishment is a value add that you personally achieved or influenced. It's a skill that you developed and perfected through training or practice. Your coworkers and supervisors know you for what you can accomplish and for what you have accomplished in the workplace. In essence, your accomplishments are the value-add benefits you bring to your job. Most people think in terms of job responsibilities and not in terms of what their value is to the company they work for. In this session, we will help you reframe your job responsibilities into accomplishments that you can use on your resume. Recruiters and employers want to know your value add because it helps them determine how you might be an asset to their organization. Start thinking about the things you are proud of, the things you have been recognized and praised for, and the things people come to you for information or advice. These are all accomplishments. Why do I need to list my accomplishments? Accomplishments are useful for much more than employment history bullets on your resume. They are the foundation for creating a compelling and consistent job portfolio, your personal brand. Making the time to create a list of 20 or more accomplishments will also help your self-confidence. Your self-confidence and self-appreciation will increase as you reflect on all the skills you have learned and the talents you have developed. Building your job portfolio on a foundation of your accomplishments will help you create your elevator speech, networking bio, and LinkedIn profile. When you interview, your knowledge of your accomplishments will make you more memorable to recruiters and prospective employers. 20 accomplishments is the minimum number of accomplishments for starting your job portfolio. For many people, this seems like an impossible task. Here is a way for you to get started. Look back over the last 10 years of your employment. List your job duties and responsibilities. For each duty or responsibility you listed, ask yourself, why was that good? Or, what was good about what I did in carrying out that task? Begin by writing down the answers to the above questions. These are the seeds of your accomplishments. Here are a few more questions to help you recognize your accomplishments. 1. How did doing your job affect your customers? 2. Were you able to help your team or group operate more efficiently? 3. How do you personally help things run more smoothly at work? Here are some more questions to help you recognize accomplishments. 1. Were there fewer errors? 2. Less waste? 3. Did company morale improve? 4. Was the company more involved within the community? 5. Was time saved? 6. Did the bottom line profits improve? 7. Was employee retention better? 8. Did the company attract and hire better staff? Let's look at an example. One of the responsibilities listed on a recent resume was, quote, greeted customers and gave them a tour of the museum, end quote. When asked, why is that good? The answer was, quote, I get to meet and talk with people from all over the world. It's like being an ambassador for the museum and the city, end quote. This gives us a good idea of the person's value and passion for his or her work. Ambassador to the art museum, welcomed people and visitors from all over the world, educated visitors on the museum's exhibits and collections. In this example, we can have 2 or even 3 accomplishments from the answer to just one job duty or responsibility bullet. Still think you can't list 20 or more accomplishments? The previous example gave you an idea of how you can turn your job responsibilities into accomplishments. There are additional sources of accomplishments that you can use. Talk to people you have worked with and for. Your coworkers, colleagues, supervisors, and customers will probably add things you haven't thought of. Talk to family and friends. They can often add another perspective on your accomplishments. Read performance reviews from previous jobs and look for what you were praised and recognized for. Talk to people at volunteer or professional organizations you belong to. 20 or more accomplishments is not a huge task when you think of all the sources you can explore. The next step in making your accomplishments even more powerful is to associate a quantifiable measure with each accomplishment. Do not be intimidated by the idea of measuring your accomplishments. Measurements can be in dollars or percentages, and they can be in soft measurements such as morale, goodwill, and corporate branding. You may estimate or guesstimate the improvement of an accomplishment. Guesstimating is a reasonable estimate of improvement. Avoid exaggeration because you may be asked to elaborate on the accomplishment, and your answer needs to be reasonable. Here are some examples. 1. If you created a template and your group was able to do the same amount of work with fewer people, then you can estimate a % improvement. 2. If you suggested a process improvement that reduced the amount of time it takes to get a customer problem completely resolved, you can guesstimate that customer goodwill improved, or that productivity improved, or even that money was saved or sales increased. Dollars or percentages are not the only measures for quantifying accomplishments. Other measures include man-hours, materials, time, fewer goods returned, customer goodwill, customer retention, new business. I'm sure you can think of more. In this example, we started with the job responsibility of gift shop cashier for City Art Museum and Design Center. We came up with 3 accomplishments after answering the question, why was that good? For the increase in gift shop sales, we did not have complete data, so we decided to guesstimate the increase. We chose a conservative 15% based on our experience stocking shelves and cashiering sales. With editing for readability, our quantified accomplishments then became something we could use as input to our PAR, problem, action, results, statement, and our resume. You now know how important a list of accomplishments is to a successful job search and job search portfolio. Start today to make your list of accomplishments. Do not worry about duplicates or quantifying, just get started. Speak to family, friends, coworkers, and colleagues to uncover additional accomplishments you haven't thought of. Read past performance reviews to remind yourself of your contributions. Talk to people in your professional circle of associations and volunteer organizations to find out their perspective on your accomplishments. Walk backwards through your last 10 years of employment to jog your memory. You will start remembering things over the course of a few days, so keep your list of accomplishments growing. Capture as many accomplishments as you can and aim for a starting list of 20. Finish your accomplishments before continuing to create your PAR statements. In the PAR sessions, we will talk about creating problem, action, result stories from your accomplishments. Remember, recruiters and employers need to quickly assess your fitness for their job opening. Just listing your duties, tasks, and responsibilities does not give them enough information. Sharing your accomplishments helps them to recognize and appreciate your value in the workplace. It also helps the employer see the value in calling you for an interview.